tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new Spotlight on here on AfterBuzz. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel, and I'm so excited because my Woman Crush Wednesday is here, Whitney Way Thore.
Hey, sister.
Hey!
Hi.
Okay, I'm so excited. Tonight is the premiere of the second season of My Big Fat Fabulous Life.
That's right.
Tell us about the new season. What can we expect?
Well, the first thing is that it's really long compared to the first season.
Okay.
It's a long season, and there's been so much that has happened. It's hard for me to even keep it straight. I think there are a couple main focuses in the second season. One is my health, and the other is my love life. If you remember, in the end of season 1, I was diagnosed with prediabetes, so that has been a struggle for me, and it's tough to kind of balance, I think, being really body positive and sending that message, but also recognizing that I don't want diabetes.
Right.
So that's been a big thing. And then the second big thing is oh god, what time is this airing?
Right now, that got real dirty, and I love it.
The second big thing is the man in my life, which I won't divulge all the details. You'll have to watch and see, but I'm in love, sister. I am like real satisfied, and that's been lovely.
That's amazing. So why do a second season?
Well, why the hell not? I feel. I mean, I think when I first got approached by TLC to do a reality series, I think everybody's like a little, reality TV, that's scary. And like my mom, Babs, she said, I came home and I was like, Mommy, I think I'm going to have like a reality TV show or something. She was like, I'm not doing it. And to this day, she'll be like, that was my last episode. Like, Mom, no, it wasn't. But I think we were a little bit nervous because you just don't know what to expect. Yeah. But after the first season and getting all the feedback that I've gotten, and it airs in every continent besides Antarctica, so I hear from people,
who needs it in Antarctica?
Who needs it? I feel really lucky to hear from people all over the world on a daily basis, and I've heard so many positive things. And it's funny because I figured it would resonate with fat women or fat people,
right?
But I hear from people dealing with so many different issues that are shame induced, whether it be struggles with their gender, sexuality, chronic illnesses or disabilities. It seems to really strike a chord with anyone who's ever felt ashamed or marginalized.
Yeah.
And I know I get a lot of criticism. I get a lot of flack. My social media makes me want to gouge my eyes out sometimes. But at the end of the day, I get a lot of positivity, and I'm thrilled to be doing it.
Did you ever think that you were going to become such an iconic role model in the body positive world?
Did you say iconic?
Yeah, I did say iconic.
No. And it's pretty cool because before I got the show, when I had done the Fat Girl Dancing videos, I was living a body positive lifestyle, but I actually didn't even know the term body positive. I had not been on Instagram to discover the body pos world, and it was really fascinating to me that I was welcomed into it and that I do have a voice in it now.
Yeah.
I certainly never expected that this could happen, and I would never give it up, though. I mean, I think, how people must feel in other communities, like in the gay community or the LGBT community. At some point in the future, we're going to look back at history and be really proud of the strides that were made. And I feel like I'm a part of this movement, and that has given my whole life meaning. And it's a type of meaning that I thought I would go my entire life and probably never find even an ounce of it. Yeah. And now I drink gallons of that every single day. So
yeah. Are there some, now that you are fully in the body positive world? Are there some other role models that you look up to?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's really so many. Where would I start? I love Jess Baker. We're close friends. I think she's fabulous. I think one thing about being on reality TV, being on a network like TLC, which I love though, is that you're still pretty mainstream. And I think that makes it relatable. I think it makes it digestible. But I am also really thankful to my other, body pause brothers and sisters who can be a little bit more candid and things like that about some things that, I can't always do.
Right.
So I think that there's so many important voices. Megan Ton, just love her. And I'm going to see her tonight, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're going to watch the premiere together. I'm totally pumped. And actually, you can look out for an original song of hers that is in season 2 of My Big Fat Fabulous Life that I danced to. And I chose it specifically because it's like near and dear to my heart. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Any other cameos?
Oh, well, in the finale, see, I don't want to give away too much, but in the finale,
without spoiling
you're going to see, some pretty cool, interesting people. Yes, that's all I'll say.
All right. Let's talk about the body positive world that we are currently in.
Yes.
Because I feel like right now we're in this amazing time where it is a discussion that is happening. And, there are these conversations over what is fat shaming, what is skinny shaming, what is body shaming altogether. Right. And you got involved in an online feud, a discussion.
A conversation, I feel. Yeah.
Where a YouTuber who will remain nameless posted a video and you responded.
Right.
And I think people watching may have heard of this. It was a Dear Fat People video, and you responded. What sparked you to respond to this video?
Actually, when I first saw the video, it only had a couple hundred thousand views. And I was actually following that person only for about a week. And so I saw that video and I was like, ooh. And I saw that some of my friends were following. And I just tagged them in the comments and I said, look, we need to follow this clearly.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that my comment would be seen or, any attention paid to it at all. And then that person responded to me. I never wrote back any more comments, but as people started to defend me, those comments started to get deleted. And I think I got a little about it when I realized that my voice was being taken away.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, if you're gonna do something this controversial, then at least allow a discussion.
Right.
And so then the next day I woke up and it was going viral. And it was then when I knew that so many people were going to see it and so many young people were going to see it and not be able to really avoid it. That's when I knew that I wanted to put in my voice to kind of counteract the original video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna address it right here. Let's because there's a rumor that it needs to be said. There's a rumor that TLC paid her to make that video.
TLC is not that smart. I'm kidding. I'm looking at my PR people right now. He's like, Whitney, what the hell? No, I'm kidding. TLC's very smart. No, but you know what? My brother, when my response video started to go viral, my brother actually called me on the phone. My brother's in the business. He's an actor in New York. And he was like, if I didn't know any better, I think this was planned. And I was like, it is funny how life works out because what that person did was reignite a conversation that's so important to me. And also, a few days out of my premiere was perfect because now I was already scheduled to be on all these outlets like this and talk, and now I get to address it, so it's fabulous. No, of course, it was not planned. The network did not even know that I was making a response video because, that doesn't really have anything to do with them. That was just something I was doing on my own personal time. I think that they're proud of me because I'm speaking my mind on these kinds of issues, which I do all the time on the show. And that's why, love or hate TLC, I have to tell you, I love TLC. I love everyone I'm going to cry. I love everyone that I work with. They are so wonderful to me. And, so behind me, and they've officially partnered with my campaign, No Body Shame. They invite me to headquarters to talk to their employees. People come up to me crying and want to continue the conversations. The support and love that I have gotten from them is mind-blowing, and I am so grateful that I do have a platform to hit mainstream America to talk about something that is not talked about on a daily basis. So I'm just want to throw it out there. Thrilled about it.
Tell us about No Body Shame.
Well, that was kind of an accident because started the No Body Shame campaign right before I started making the dance videos, the Fat Girl Dancing, which is what went viral and led to basically all this, which led me right here to you, sister.
Yeah. Getting all flustered.
But originally it was just a blog. It was like, that was all it was.
Yeah.
And I used it, it's funny, I used it to respond to a particularly awful piece of hate mail that I'd gotten in the same way that I was moved to respond to the Dear Fat People video. And at that point, I didn't really have any big plans for it. I just kind of was like, yeah, it's pretty long for a Facebook status, so I'm gonna make a blog. And then first thing I knew, a month or two later, all of a sudden this dance video goes viral. And the coolest thing is I was broke and working in radio for nothing and crying on my mom's lap. And I was saying, Mom, so I could see no hope for my life, and I knew I wanted to help and I wanted to make a difference, and I didn't know how.
Yeah.
And I told her, when is the time going to come for us, meaning fat people?
Yeah.
When is something going to be done for us? And 2 months later, I was on national TV doing it myself. So that's pretty wild how life works when you live authentically.
Yeah, live authentically.
Yeah, sister.
Absolutely. So there's in the body shaming, anti-body shaming community, there's all this controversy. There's all this shade being thrown. I've heard people say that skinny shaming is not real. And I've heard people say that fat shaming is not real.
Right.
Would you agree that body shaming, be it skinny, be it fat, be it abilities, be it anything, body shaming is real?
It's real. Of course it is. Body shaming, the reason why it's so important to me, and I think so many people can benefit from hearing a positive message, is because everyone has a body. Everyone has experienced something. I do think there are groups of people who experience it more than others. And while I certainly do not condone saying anything bad about someone's body for being skinny, which you hear a lot in the plus size community, people say, oh yeah, well, only a dog wants a bone, real women have curves.
Right.
No, that's kind of exactly opposite of the point.
Right.
You missed it. But I think when people say skinny shaming doesn't exist, it's the same kind of idea about that we talk about race. Just because typically I think when we think about shaming, it is a minority group who is being shamed or oppressed by the majority. And fat people have been in that kind of minority. So that's why I think people want to say, oh, skinny shaming isn't a thing. But yeah, being a jerk about somebody's body because they're skinny is a thing.
Yeah.
We can call it skinny shaming, we can call it whatever we want, but it's a thing and it's a bad thing. So just be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People watching at home who may not have seen My Big Fat Fabulous Life, may not have seen your response videos, what is your message aside from be nice that you might have to them?
Right, but couldn't that just encompass it all, right?
Yeah.
The message of the No Body Shame campaign is just to love yourself, live fully, no excuses, no shame. Basically, I have existed on every place of the human spectrum when it comes to body and body image. I grew up very thin, but not quite thin enough. And then I had eating disorders, and then I experienced a drastic weight gain, was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, lost 100 pounds in 8 months, gained it back. Now I'm the heaviest I've ever been. Kind of done everything.
Yeah.
And so I've seen life through a lot of different lenses. And the one thing that I knew, the one thing that followed me through all those different stages of life was shame. I always felt ashamed. And my life changed when I decided to drop that. So the message of the No Body Shame campaign, and really just I feel like my life message and the message I want people to take away from My Big Fat Fabulous Life, is that we're all worthy. We all have valuable contributions to make, and we cannot hide ourselves away and not pursue our lives and live full and happily and freely just because of our bodies. And it's not just for fat people. This is to everybody, because we all have had something that's held us back or made us feel less than. And you can never initiate or sustain a positive change in your life until you love and accept yourself from the inside out. And that's just it.
That's beautiful.
Like your face?
Stop.
Stop.
No, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
You're so, I love when you speak.
Thank you.
So,
my boyfriend doesn't.
what does he know? So, there's on the internet, a wonderful place where everyone has the right and freedom to say what they want. Of course. There's a group that has been renamed a few times, so we'll just leave it at this group, that has been taking plus-size icons and our representatives such as yourself, Rebel Wilson, Melissa McCarthy, some of the plus size models, and has been photoshopping.
Right.
That's what we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Photoshopping,
maybe.
Right. Yeah. These bodies to inspire others.
Right.
Yeah. I know. So because I feel like this might be a great opportunity to address them.
Oh, sure.
And explain to them what they're doing.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just so silly. It's very transparent what they're doing. It's the same old, I'm so concerned about you, and that's why I'm going to insult you, and that's why I'm going to manipulate your body into what I think it should be for it to serve me. My body isn't here to serve anybody but my own self. My body is here to take me from point A to point B or Z or wherever I want to go. It's an instrument, not an ornament. It doesn't have to be something pretty for somebody to look at. And it's very telling if you look at I've been photoshopped by them, I think 4 or 5 times now, and poorly, I might add, very poorly.
Photoshopped. Anyone listening there, air quotes on the word photoshopped.
And every time, they gave me a really small stomach and arms and everything, but then my boobs are still out to here.
Right, of course.
I'm like, oh, well, that's okay, because that's like fat prejudice. Why is fat okay on my chest, but it's not okay on my stomach? It's very clear that all this is doing is photoshopping fat women into conventionally acceptable, attractive women.
Yeah.
And it's just so ridiculous. I can't even care, sister. It's just, I just can't care.
Fair enough. All right, let's take it back to My Big Fat Fabulous Life. You were in production for 6 months, you said?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Whereas the first season, it was 3 months.
Right.
Because it was shorter. And when did you finish? When did they leave your house?
Oh, we just wrapped a few weeks ago. So I took 4 days and went to the mountains, and then that's all the free time that I've had. So, and it's weird, when you get followed around all the time, people just in your house, basically living there.
Yeah.
You're like,
that sounds real great.
Sometimes you're like, I just want to be alone, but then they leave, and then you're sad, and I already miss them. But luckily, the production company is based out of LA, so I'm actually going to watch the premiere with some of them tonight.
Aww.
Really excited about it.
It's like a family reunion.
Yeah, and it is, and that's one thing I think. I don't know. Reality TV has such a negative connotation, I feel. You're like, oh, reality TV. My reality TV experience has been wonderful. It's brought my family closer together. It's allowed me to connect with people all over the world in a positive way. And the relationships that I've made with TLC and the production company have just been amazing. For me, this is the funnest thing I've ever done. It's not always the easiest thing I've ever done, but the payoff is huge.
Has there ever been a moment where you were like, I don't want to share this, but I'm going to?
The end of season 1. My father got the letter that said that I was pre-diabetic, and he did not know at first whether to share it or to squirrel it away until they left. Because it was that thing of I'm talking about I'm healthy, I'm okay, and then all of a sudden here's this thing that contradicts that, and is that going to make me look like a fraud or what? But no, because that's the thing about My Big Fat Fabulous Life is that it's an honest and authentic look at a fat woman's life. I am really happy. I'm really confident. I think I'm beautiful. I'm the happiest I've ever been. But I was diagnosed with prediabetes. I do have some health issues looming, and I've never shied away from that. I'm also never been embarrassed to admit that I want to lose 100 pounds just because, I'd be able to dance better and fit in booths better and, maybe kayak or something. Or a canoe. I don't know, that thing where you got to get in, a little circle. It's like a little boat thing.
I don't do things on water. That sounds miserable.
And I float. I cannot. That's one thing that is so fascinating that I really actually enjoy about my body. I cannot sink. I don't have to tread water or anything. Anyway,
sister, I digress. know. We're floaters over here.
So I don't know. It's just been. It's not always easy because people see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
But I know that it's doing so much good for people to be able to turn on the television in the midst of all the BS you see in the media and to see someone that looks like them. And I don't just mean my body looks like them. I mean my life experiences, my insecurities, my happiness, my friends, my family, my challenges, and my triumphs are just like them. And that is really important. So hopefully I'm not going anywhere soon.
Yeah. Do we know? I mean, I know season 2 premieres tonight on TLC. Do we know anything about the possibilities of season 3?
We don't. I mean, we have to wait till ratings come in for that. So, I mean, we know fairly quickly. I think, with season 1, I think it was maybe 3 weeks or so in that season 2 was announced, but I don't know till they tell me. So the best thing that we can do to ensure that we have a season 3 is to tune in tonight on TLC, 9 p.m. and watch the first episode of My Big Fat Fabulous Life, season 2.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me about everything from body image to the show to your struggles to the man in your life.
Oh, I can't wait for you to meet him, sister.
I'm so excited. Why don't you tell people who may not know where to find you on Twitter or Instagram?
Oh, sure.
Where they can do that.
I'm still getting my Twitter game up, but my Twitter is at Whitney Way. My Instagram is at Whitney Way Thore, and you can find me on Facebook, Whitney Way Thore, or Whitney Way Thore No Body Shame Campaign.
Yeah.
That'll all come up.
And where can they find the video that you made, your response?
Oh, the response video is all over the internet, really.
Yeah.
But it's at my YouTube, which is also Whitney Way Thore. And it's also on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Or if you just Google it.
Awesome.
There it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you want to follow me, I'm online at yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of those things. At Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Thanks, guys. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.